So we've got our animals saddled, and then we're going to pack. And when we pack, we lay out all our materials. We've planned ahead of time. We know how many animals we can take. We've already looked at all of our equipment and how much stuff we're taking and figured out how many animals we need for the amount of stuff we want to take, or how many do we have determines how much you can take. So we have all our things laid out and we begin to pack. And we have our panniers, and we start with the heavy things first. We put the heavy things in the panniers. You want the heavy things down on the sides of the animal, and when you top load, you want the light things up on top. In a pannier, if you can balance from end to end, that's what you want to do. If you can't balance from end to end, I put the heavy things to the front over their withers rather than back over their kidneys. But you want to have your panniers balanced from side to side and end to end if you can. That's ideal. Side to side, you need to be within about 5 pounds from one side to the other for that load to stay there. When they're walking down the trail, usually within about the first half mile, you'll know if those are balanced or not. And you'll see that as they're walking, whether that load is rocking evenly. All right, once we get our things packed in the panniers, we want to make sure that they're balanced. And you can take scales and weigh them. Get our load on. Before we do that, we always want to make sure that you have your breakaway hanging out that's not underneath the bag. The breakaways are what we tie animals to when we have more than one in a line. And the purpose of the breakaway is so that if an animal gets in trouble, this will break. If one gets wrapped around a tree or he slips off the trail or something like that, this will break so that you don't drag the whole string over the edge or something like that. So make sure that's out. And then after you get your load on, you want to rock the load to see whether it's balanced as well on the animal. So we rock it like this and we watch the hoop. We always have to make sure first before we load that we have our saddle on straight on the animal's back. Sometimes you throw it up there and it might be off just a little bit. So make sure that these crossbucks or the hoops on a decker line up with the animal's backbone. We put the load on, we rock it, and if it's balanced, it's going to rock evenly this way. If it's not, it's going to kind of rock like this. So we balance it first. Then we put our top load on, and it may be that you have things on each side or whatever. And then we cover the load with a tarp.
Make sure your top load is even also, because that can control your load too.
Right. You need to balance, make sure you're balanced with your top load as well. Now the wind's blowing and this may not throw very well. Pull it your way a little bit. It always looks better going down the trail if your tarp is uneven. So we cover it with the tarp, and like we said, that helps keep whatever's in the bags dry, or if it's real dusty, it keeps those things clean.